So we're here with Laura, and she's an active aerobatic pilot. And now, how do you practice on a simulator? What would you ride? Would you fly in the air? Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, I fly both power and glider aerobatics. I'm a member of the U.S. National Glider Aerobatic Team. I'm going to be going to Romania to represent the United States at the World Championship in July. What I use simulation for, I use it actually two ways. As a flight instructor, everyone understands that an airplane is a terrible classroom. It's distracting, it's loud, it's hard for the student to focus and remember, and it's very hard to review a mistake while you're actively in flight. So I use the simulator with my students to go over things that don't require manipulation of the flight controls, operating the radios, operating the navigation equipment, procedures as far as entering the pattern and how to configure the aircraft for landing and for takeoff. Those are things that can be very easily be replicated in the simulator. Now in the glider, it's a little different story because I'm the performer. So how would I go about using the glider simulator in glider aerobatics? Well, glider aerobatics is all about energy management. You fly a series of figures that make up a program, and judges on the ground score you as to how perfectly you fly those figures. But the most important thing in glider aerobatics is to finish the program, because if you fly too aggressively, you burn up all your altitude and you don't finish your complete program. And by zeroing additional figures, your score is reduced. Using a soaring program called Condor in the aerobatic mode allows me to work out the timing and the entry speed for the figures and the harmony of the program, so that it not only is technically correct, but is visually appealing and high scoring for the judges.
So you're using Condor, and what other simulator are you using for your powered aircraft?
I use Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator for my powered training, and then I use the Condor for the glider flying.
And you're using it with a joystick or a yoke, or what is your preference?
I actually have both. I have a SciTech yoke that I use for the powered flying and throttle quadrant and all the usual stuff, but I also have a Logitech stick that I use for the glider flying and when I'm practicing tailwheel flying in powered.
Right. So do you think that simulator can get you started from the beginning ab initio, like in terms of learning the basic maneuver for aerobatics? Or do you think that it's better to start on an airplane than perfecting it on a simulator?
I think it's better to start it in an airplane and then refine your technique in the simulator. The simulator does not give you the G-forces and the control force feedback that you need in the initial development of your training. You need to understand the aeromedical factors and how the G-forces affect you and the way you fly. And you need to understand that as the speeds become greater, the control forces become greater, and you need to learn that actually in the airplane. I highly recommend, if anyone considers aerobatics either powered or glider, that they first begin with a competent instructor. Teaching yourself aerobatics is absolutely a death sentence.
All right, thank you so much, Laura, and very good luck with your upcoming competition. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.